Shall we do what is
The truth of rap.
exactly? Take a look at this. I'm a bad schooler.
I brought for all of these niggas.
Long live King Jerry and Queen Geraldine, the king and the queen of the rats. Rats are often associated with filth and disease. So if someone calls you a rat, it's not like being called a fox. These negative traits have led to the informal meaning of rat, hateful person, liar, or a double crosser. You can also use rat as a verb to mean to betray or to snitch on. Rats. Rats will always come to you disguised as family, friends, or a significant other. They're motivated by and they live on selfishness. Trust no one, not even your mother, because most mothers only love you because you're theirs. Other mothers don't care if you belong to them. They'll use you for other reasons. They'll use you no matter how you see it. This is the season to be accepted for what you got and rejected for who or what you're not. Use your common sense. As I've stated previously, rats will always come to you disguised as family, friends, or a significant other. All of my life, I've lived in money, whether legal money or illegal money from the streets. Well, that's the out of town money. And no matter what, I've always taken care of and shared my money and opportunity with my family and my friends, only to have them stick a knife in my back as I led them to a better living situation. And that ain't nothing but the truth. Check this out. When my father passed away, he left a lot of money in the banks and a Cadillac amongst other cars. His family went into the banks and cleared out his accounts. His accounts had well over 100 grand. Before he was pronounced dead, they cleared all that out. And then they came to where I lived at night and stole his cars. To add insult to the injury, one of his nieces told me that me and my brother didn't have a right to any of my father's belongings. These are family members that my father took care of and that I later forgave and took care of after all the wrong that they did. These same members of my father's family refused to give me and my brother the plot to my father's grave to bury my mother in when she passed away. Okay, let's talk about the significant others for a minute. I was raised by my father, a man. I was raised by my father to be a man and take care of my woman, like my father has taken care of my mother. Following in his footsteps was a big mistake because my mother was a woman of old times, and all I've come across was new age women who acknowledge men for looks or money and who lie and use men for their own personal benefit and gain. My ex-wife, Jamie Coleman, she set me up to catch a federal case after I took care of her with that same drug fortune. Then she left to be with another man. When I went away for that decade, she was with another guy. When I came back home, she found me and asked me to come and get her from the streets because the guy that she left me for was beating her and trying to kill her. So I went and took her back in. When I took her back in, she kept contact with dude and she kept trying to disrespect me in my house. And because I wouldn't tolerate that, she went back to the wife beating guy, that she cheated on me with. Another case involves my ex-girlfriend, Geneva Dalton Talley. When I met her, I thought she was stable. But when I met her face to face, I found out that she was homeless, evicted by her ex-boyfriend for bringing two men into his home, having sex with both of them in his bed while he was in the hospital. She later tried to do that to me, but I wasn't having that. So I asked her to leave, only to have her call the police and have me arrested on false assault and rape charges that I managed to beat with a videotape evidence. Behind those two alone, I lost my new cars and apartments and fell down almost to nothing. You'd think that family would come to my aid, but no members from my father's nor my mother's side tried to help me after all I've done for them in life. I spent the holidays and I spend my birthdays alone. I spend all this time alone now that I'm down from what they are used to me being. There was a time when they'd called me so much that was when I'd give them whatever they asked me for. But now when I call them, nobody answers the phone. But occasionally they will call to see if I climbed out of the hole that I've allowed them to put me in. But when they see that I'm still down and out, they give me that apologetic condolence with the hidden laugh behind it. All you're there for, and take my word for it, all you are there for is to be another person's target. They don't care about you nor your life. That is, if your life and you serve no purpose in their own life. You're either going to benefit their lives sexually, financially, or you may be a benefit to their lives by seeing them as a great person, allowing them to treat you badly, when the rest of the world sees them as nobody and discards them like rotten food. In this case, the abused turns into the abuser. I'm telling all of you people who are like me, loyalty should be given only to yourself. Because friends, family, even your husbands and wives will always sell you out and hurt you. More so when you're helping them to live. Judas did it to Jesus. There's no honor among thieves nor family. Blood will make you bleed and grieve the same way that Gotti grieves because of Sammy. All this is a fact.
I pour for all of these niggas. 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 I pour for all of these niggas.